I just went to my future high school and I took the class music and I did the bass, and this is a guitar, yes, but I don't have a bass, and I just learned something at school and I'm not sure if you can really hear it because it's an electric guitar, so it needs to be plugged in, but here goes. Yeah, okay. I just messed up, but yeah.
As a kid, you're told you can do anything. The world is at your feet with endless possibilities, no fears and no doubts. You're told to do what you love to the fullest and follow your passions. You're encouraged to do what you love. You're full of wonder, inspiration, and joy. Somewhere between growing up and adulthood, these qualities disappear. Endless possibilities turn into a burning need for stability, fears manifested from doubt, and it grips so hard into our mind that our passions are now fleeting moments of what we once felt. And one day, on some random occasion, you ask yourself, how? How did I end up here? Trading my dreams for what is expected of me, trading my aspirations for what I think is normal. On January 1st, 2025, I made a pact with myself. I made a pact that I will live my life how I want to not take life so seriously, and to find joy in what I do again. Welcome to today's vlog. I love organization. I always have. I like doing things a certain way. I like things getting done a certain way. And I love checking off my checklist. Especially, I love life plans. That's why university was such a perfect fit for me. So after college, I enrolled myself into a 4-year bachelor's degree, and having a 4-year plan was so appealing with the promise of a good job afterwards. The future seemed so bright. Graduation came earlier for me, finishing a semester early. I was eager to prove myself to the workforce.
Abby Sullivan.
I landed a wellness job, working with several companies under contract, and it wasn't what I wanted, but it offered me stability. And this is something that I could never provide for myself before. And there was also something egotistical about it. I wanted to prove not only to myself, but to others that I can sustain myself, to my friends and family. I thought that this is what adulthood meant. And so I swept under the rug my dreams, my unhappiness, and I opted for what I thought was right. And 2024 came, and I got laid off. So now the one thing that made it all okay was gone. I left all my passions, all my dreams and values for a stability that got shattered into a million pieces. And that was the wake-up call that I needed. I got a corporate job that had zero relevance to my degree, but I didn't care because it gave me time outside work to explore the world and who this new version of me was. I've always been very artistic. I love to sing, I love to paint, draw, and teach yoga. So in January, I started right there. I started making art again, I started painting, and I started finding things that brought me happiness. I even applied to some art galleries to have my art exhibited, which ended up being displayed for a couple of months in Les Places des Arts. Now in November of 2024, I started my YouTube and TikTok channel. Now this is actually my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, so happy 1-year anniversary to Abs Wellness. Now I had no idea where to start. I had no idea what I was doing, and so I just started to create. And I found so much joy in discovering this new form of digital art, having full creative freedom on what to talk about, the music, the focus, my point of view. And this freedom is still something that I am getting used to, and this will take time. Now in February, I started to make conversation with strangers. I started to put myself out there again, and I started making new friends. This is along the time that I applied for my master's degree in physiotherapist, to which I always wanted to do, but I never did because I had that stability. Now, I've moved more times than I can count, probably around 4 times in the last year. If I told myself this just a year ago on how many times I've moved, I would have probably pulled my hair out because I loved that much structure and plans. But what I've realized is relying heavily on plans that aren't guaranteed is not good for anyone. So in March, I traveled within my country for fun with no guilt of spending money or time off. And in June, I traveled to my future home in Scotland to check out my future school. Now, being laid off gave me such a crucial knowledge on life, and that is nothing is guaranteed. So you may as well have fun with your life, because what's the point if you don't? I'd rather give my 110% to my dreams and live it to the fullest and let it run its course than do something that I don't enjoy. One of my biggest fears has always been to fail and to be perceived as a failure to my friends, to my family, to strangers. But I realized that the biggest failure in life is to not try to even succeed, to not care, to not go after what I want. And I'm at the point in my life where I want to try. I want to try so hard that if I don't succeed, I fall straight on my face. I want to try so hard that strangers know what my goals and aspirations are. I want to give it everything that I have, because if it doesn't work out, I know that I gave it my 110%. I'd rather not have it all figured out, and I'd rather live a life to the fullest, taking every opportunity in the present than follow a 5-year plan ever again. I'm thankful for the biggest wake-up call that I've had, and it wasn't a reflection of my work ethic or who I was as a person, my character. It just didn't align with where I needed to be, and budget cuts happened, and I'm thankful that I was part of that, because really it pushed me towards what I want to do with my life. I want to be a physiotherapist. I want to make art and create, and it goes further than the extension of want. I'm actively on the journey to becoming a physiotherapist. I'm actively creating art. I'm actively showcasing it. Just 2 years ago, I would never ever sell my art online. But now I'm slowly exposing my art to the world, and it can be incredibly scary because art is subjective and it's open to critique all the time. But it's something that I'm so passionate about, and I'd rather be scared and do something that I love than sitting on my couch wishing or thinking what could have been. One of my favorite shows, called Friends, really captures the essence of being in your 20s. It shows that plans change, things fall through, and you're going to fail at things. But it also shows that if you keep going, you will succeed at things too. What is meant for you will find you, and as long as you are open and working towards it, it'll find you. And this is just a little side note, but most of the Friends characters are in their mid-20s, exactly where I am now. There's this preconceived notion that once you graduate and you have a bachelor's degree, that all of your life just falls into perfect little pieces. It doesn't. I'm not saying that I have it all figured out, because no one does. But I can say that I'm getting my dream degree, I'm moving to my dream city, and I'm creating all sorts of little art pieces in forms of YouTube or on the canvas. Life is meant to be felt. Failure guides you to your wins that are just around the corner, and my childlike wonder and passions is the reason why I'm here today. So I have a question for you. What is yours? What is your childlike wonder, and what are your passions? And what are you going to do with them?